Hey guys, as you can see the name of the video, before you move to another country, and this video I'm not pulling punches. I am going to be direct, I'm going to be blunt, and I'm just going to say what I'm going to say because what I'm seeing being pushed out in this particular YouTube travel space, a lot of you guys aren't really seeing the big picture, and a lot of you guys are missing out on some great opportunities. This channel has always been about giving you guys information, but it seems like it's being ignored for seedy lifestyle, red light district type stuff, when in reality when you go down there and you want to set camp up there, a lot of you see that it's a struggle. A lot of you guys think that YouTube is going to be your source of income or some remote gig or what have you, and you don't get this full understanding that, you know, it's not like what you think it is. And if you don't plan things out, you know, you're just planning to fail. And I'm hearing so far, a lot of people are planning to fail. What you see these other YouTubers and content creators are doing, there's more to that. So I'm just going to shoot from the hip on this whole video. So just buckle up and just enjoy this ride. Here's one of the biggest things you guys miss, and that is research. You don't research the country as a whole. It's politics, it's economy, real estate, classism and racism. Y'all miss all that because you're too busy looking at what these other YouTubers are doing, and you don't see what's behind the scenes. There are YouTubers that are making money, but how long is that money gonna last? There are people who are YouTubers that are ex-military that has a retirement, or they're getting medical benefits, medical disability, 100% disability, and they're fine in these countries. But you don't know how fine they are. You know, a lot of you guys are going over there thinking that, okay, the US dollar's strong, we got it made, and this and that, we can do this and that, and you overspend your stuff. You actually go and you overspend, and you don't budget. And then, you know, what happens? Now you're trying to make money. Y'all think y'all living this Prince of Pauper lifestyle in this country, but you're not. Even me, when I lived in Israel, I was getting basic housing allowance. All that was getting banked. Because just in case emergency happened, boom, I'm out. I am out. Already had airfare. In the case of COVID, which that actually happened, I was getting my money. I had enough money to bank. So if I needed to have an exit plan, I had an exit plan. I had enough money to pay for the overpriced airfare to get me out and go home. So as soon as I finished, as soon as I graduated, flight booked, I was gone. So that's what I'm talking about. A lot of research needs to be done in the countries that you're going to, because a lot of people are going to these countries and they're experiencing it and they're like, oh, this is not what I thought it would be. And they leave. And they're missing out on a lot of advantages and opportunities that they could have done, or they could have done this a lot better. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But your eyes are too focused on this fun stuff, and you're missing the whole big picture, especially when it comes to things like classism and racism, because that do exist on a global scale, and you miss that. Because all because you're American, you are not exempt in these countries. You fall under the jurisdiction in this country. You are a guest in this country, and if they want to treat you badly, that's them. You ain't nothing you can do, but other than pack up and leave. So you need to keep these things in mind when you move to another country, and this is where research helps you out. This is one thing I'm going to start getting more and more into and passing this information out, and that is Citizen by Investment. And this is something that I've been doing a lot of research into, and basically what it is that you can make an investment into a country for a certain amount of money and get citizenship, or the path to citizenship, which will be a resident permit, which can lead to you getting a second passport. Now, usually you can do this by investing into a particular investment portfolio for a certain amount, but the easiest way is people would buy a piece of property in that country. Usually there's a certain amount, depending on the country. I've seen it as low as 100,000, which is doable. I've seen as high as $500,000. It all depends on the country. This is something that it's doable for you guys to do if you're in a certain industry. IT, this is why I push the cybersecurity IT, because you guys make money. All you got to do is just live frugally, live off part of your salary and just bank the rest. And if you're ready to make that move, you can make that move. Again, you can look for whatever country is cheapest that will do that, and you can go do it. There are other methodologies. You can get a residency permit or citizenship in another country without renouncing your citizenship in the United States. You'll have to do citizenship. But again, you have to look at the demographics of that country, what's going on, is it safe, what's the economy like, the taxes, all that stuff. You have to do that type of research. But to have dual citizenship or dual residency is awesome. Having a second passport, which is another powerful thing, you know, gives you visa-free access to different countries, you know. That's a great thing. So why not have, you know, those advantages? Not to mention property that if you're not using it, you can rent it out as Airbnb and make profit off of. You know, maybe you want to get property where there's a big digital nomad community and rent that out. That's awesome. You know, you can make some serious money out of that. You know, those are things you're not looking at. So it's not necessarily a physical move you have to do. If you want to, you can make it just a vacational move. It's like, okay, block these 3 months off. I'm going to be there for 3 months. And when I'm not there, rent the bad boy out. Another thing you guys got to look at is the infrastructure of the place. What is the mail system like? What is the road system like? What is the power grid like? Internet, all those things, because I'm a creature of comfort. Okay? And some places get hot as you know what, and I don't like to feel uncomfortable. I like my AC working. I like to have my electricity. I like to have backup, you know, power just in case the main power goes out. Things like that. You know, I like to get the things that I need in a hurry when I order it. Those type of things. So you want to go to a place where you can have these things readily accessible. Because we were brought up to be creatures of comfort. Okay, we were spoiled. And sometimes we are very impatient. You know, that's just the Western mentality. And unfortunately, you're going to go to these places, you're not going to get that service. I kind of dealt with that when I was in Israel. You know, most of the times I did get it, but sometimes I had to go to this place to get a package because somebody just wasn't smart enough to look at the package and go to Tel Aviv University, which is the biggest campus, you know, in Tel Aviv, to go drop the package off at the student building. Laziness. I mean, that's what I had to deal with. You know, and you're going to be dealing with those type of people. So that's a whole nother thing. So everybody's not on that westernized mindset like you are. You know, so that's another thing you got to think about. So choose your country. You got to choose it wisely. You know, there's going to be a lot of barriers, language. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to go along with this. But as far as infrastructure, creature of comfort. And another big thing you got to worry about nowadays is cybersecurity. You know, am my stuff protected? Because you're going to be running bank accounts and all that stuff. All that stuff is digital and it's being stored somewhere. And you need to make sure that your stuff is being protected. If you go into a country that got a lot of cybersecurity attacks, you may want to reconsider. Even though the US has its problems, we have countermeasures for that. Brazil, ranked number 3 for the most cyber attacks. You may want to rethink that, because I can understand US and China and Russia and North Korea, because we're kind of been like doing cyber attacks on each other on that. Brazil may want to think about that a little bit. To wrap this thing up, there's so much you got to consider, you know, from the cybersecurity aspect of it, the infrastructure, the social aspect, the political aspect. There's so much you got to look at when you decide to move overseas. And then the benefits of it. You can get citizenship, you can get visas and stuff like that. Those are things you got to look at, you know. But a lot of you guys, and I hate to use that term, a lot of you guys, but from this particular travel space, you're not thinking that. You just can't make blanket statements about US dollar being strong and I can just get a remote work, because that's not a guarantee that you'll get one. You still got to meet the requirements to get a job, you know, and you may be qualified, you may not be qualified to get a remote job. And if you get a remote job, again, do they want you working overseas? Now, if you're thinking about using that VPN thing, I'm going to make a video about that, because, yeah. Just wait till you see the video, and I'm going to explain why that ain't going to work. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, give you some food for thought. I will be doing some more video about citizenship by investment. I think it's a very interesting topic. For those who want to get citizenship in another country and have dual citizenship, or you know, just want to get investment property over there and get some of the benefits from it, I will be doing more videos on that. So check those videos out as they come. But until then, safe travels, everyone.